Hello there guys, this is Prussian Prince, and this is the A1C 2012 Fall of the Samurai Edition 1v1 Avatar Tournament. And I'm here with Zarif. Hello Zarif.
Hello, hello.
So,
And can you tell us what maps would be in a second group stage of playoff? As we can see.
well, it's gonna be... Hang on, if I remember correctly, which I think I do, it's... the first two games are on Saga River, next two on
Well,
Waterfalls,
that's
and
what is the second map?
second map is Waterfalls, and if necessary, the tiebreaker map is Rice Fields this time around. So it's not Gunma like the other time.
Interesting. Well, interesting map choice for this map because both Waterfalls and Saga River are maps that kind of force you to split your army at some point.
Yeah, it's true.
So maybe that was an idea. Who was planning this stage?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure if I think Duck might be selecting the maps, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think he's the one doing the maps.
Yeah, but well, I certainly would think that it is him because I feel some idea behind the maps on each group stage. For example, in the second playoff stage, it was like Crossroads, and first map was, I always forget its name. Kawaba Forest, no. I forgot it. But still, both maps were designed in such a way that they both force you to bring some melee, but you still can play line heavy on those maps.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and the idea for second playoff round is splitting things up. And we will see how players... I actually like this idea, which allow us to see how players, how good players are in different types of games.
Alright, so I'm gonna show a little bit of what happened in the past, so you can see all the results over here. You can see Clone of Bob defeated Forrester, then Il Terrible defeated Sprint, Sony beat Blixery, Epic defeated Hosian, I defeated Surge, and Pyko defeated Seljuk. You can see the rest for yourself because I think the game's gonna start really soon, so yeah. Alright,
Okay.
so
I think you should start with Myth, yeah.
yeah, as soon as the game starts. And here we go, the game is starting, and we have over here CW Miv, and his army is composed of, I'll go over his general first. He's got Bushido, it's a mix between Gun and Bushido. Then he's got two lines of Black Tortoise and Azures on his right flank, one of each I mean. Then he's got Imperial Infantry 150 range, Infantry the Marine 150 of course. Another Black Tortoise on his left flank, and an Imperial Infantry 150 range. For his cap, he's got on his left flank two Yariki, both, well actually one's rank 5, the other's rank 6, and Imperial Guard Cavalry, and he's also got some more cap. Some more Yariki for sure, and I believe that's his army. Interesting choice, very 150 heavy.
3 150s, yes, and for Killerfisch, it's possible that he's hiding something, but we will see. So far he showed only 4 line units, 2 of them 150 range, it's Blackbeards on left flank and United States Marines on right flank, and he have vanilla Black Tortoise Force and Whitebeards as support for his 150s, and he have a very highly vetted cavalry contingent. He have Imperial Guard cavalry, he have 1 revolver cavalry, well it's vanilla, Yariki level 7, Yariki level 7, 4 Yariki level 7 I believe, yeah, Shogunate Guard cavalry level 2. So he doesn't have anything hidden I think. only 4 line units and 5 melee cavalry units with 2 shooting cavalry. And dodge is actually not that interesting for both players. It's farmhouse in the middle, workshop on right flank of Myth, and sword dodger on the left flank of Myth, which Killerfisch already capping.
Yeah, I think perhaps Sword Dojo might be the most important dojo in this scenario because that's gonna allow Killerfish's cavalry to get a very nice engagement against Nibs. So I think
Yeah,
that
and
might be the best choice.
it's kinda. But interestingly enough, Myth did not split his stronger force. We will see.
Yeah, I don't know because Mibs he's giving up a workshop and Sword Dojo right now, so
And interesting thing is, he actually have 2 150 range units on his left flank, and he didn't reposition them to take a shot on this Black Tortoise force. He could have gotten 3 shots there. I don't really understand why he is doing nothing. But if you look at the middle, you can see that he is trying to split Killerfisch up near the farmhouse. And I'm not sure if it has a lot of meaning because Killerfisch has mostly cavalry fight.
yeah,
Some skirmishing on the left flank of Myth by his Imperial Guard cavalry, which will be shooted. Now, not sure if it was worth it. This is a really expensive unit, and he was too late to react to Killerfisch's Imperial Guard cavalry.
I think now he'll have issues, but he's attacking that marine unit in the forest of Killerfisch, and he has superior numbers over there, so he's gonna be able to do some damage.
He will, but still, yet again, he isn't cost effective there. He could have baited the first volley using his Black Tortoise force, but he did so using his Imperial Infantry. So, and now he is baited into the cavalry fight on the left flank, but at the same time he starts the charge on the right flank. So Myth trying to do something that Hazian did previously, but without.
I don't think it's gonna be too efficient for him.
Absolutely not. He already did 3 big mistakes. First mistake was giving up Sword Dodger while having 150 range advantage on this flank. Second, it's poor engagement with this United States Marines, and now throwing away his cavalry for nothing.
Yeah, and he also mismicroed his Imperial Infantry over here in the center, took necessary casualties, but he did get some volleys off into the Black Tortoise. But I mean, Black Tortoise isn't as important as Imperial Infantry, especially 150 range Imperial Infantry. But it looks like he is pushing through on the right though, but I mean, that hierarchy of Miv,
his cavalry.
Yeah, I mean, if Miv gets a shot off into the Killerfish's cab, he's not gonna. But if he got a shot off, he might have been able to rout them.
Well, the thing is that the main advantage Miv has is a line advantage, and instead of using it, he tries to win cavalry fight against Killerfisch, who have a cavalry advantage.
Yeah,
not a perfect scenario.
Yeah, it seems almost as if he had a plan before this game and he's following it to the T, but like he's not adapting to what Killerfisch has. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, and he is, I think, overextending in the middle, pursuing that United States Marines. That might cost him 2 flanking charges. He is clearly overextending there. Right now, Miv does not have enough cavalry to support his line. It's actually over.
Well, if Killerfisch does take advantage of Miv's positioning, he could be able to win, but it seems like he wants to instead pull him back even more, but I'm not sure if Miv's gonna fall into that trap too much.
What Killerfisch does right now is he tries to place for certain. He tries to destroy this separated contingent of Miv first. But I'm not sure. I think right now all Killerfish need really is to consolidate his cavalry and destroy everything Mif has on the right flank. It's
Yeah.
because strongest units of Mif are too far away right now, but Killerfish kinda resistant to use his cavalry.
It seems like yeah, he has cavalry he hasn't used yet. Could be really efficient. But I mean, if he wants to fight for the workshop, you might as well send more cap. Oh wait, oh never mind. I thought that was Miv's cap, but it's not because you see they have very similar mons, so sometimes it gets a little bit
Confusing,
confusing. Yeah.
yes. Well, we will see. Killerfish does not want to commit to any flank completely so far.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, if he just sends all his cavalry on one flank and pushes there, he should win. But
Yeah, look at this Azure Dragon Force near his general and one Yariki. That's a very weak contingent. Just push a little bit with Whitebeard, bait first volley, and just crush it with 5 cavalry
Yeah.
units. It will be almost for free. He will only pay his Whitebeard. And he will get a general, he will get the second
but
Black Tortoise Force.
seems like he has the good idea though, because he's sending his cavalry out flank from the rear.
He does, but look at his Marines. He does not have anything to follow up.
Oh yeah, the timing isn't there. Exactly. So,
I mean, what can he do with these 2 cavalry? I can tell you what he's trying to do. Exactly what we told before, but he's running on the Mif's side instead of his own. It would be some sort of backcharging.
mistake by Killerfish. I feel he charged at Black Tortoise, but he lost half his cav unit and
Yeah,
still
and
gonna.
honestly, this game is very easy to read, and both players do very strange mistakes so far.
I think they might be nervous. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always gets to you on the first game. Well, it happens to me all the time. But I think Mif will lose his general here. And Killerfish might lose his Imperial Guard cavalry.
Oh. No. Took
And
some
actually,
casualties.
Mif should lose his general, I think. And you see, Killerfish does not create any momentum anywhere. He kind of pays too much. Even so, I don't know. Well, let's just watch it till then. So far, the only thing that's happening is a fight near workshop. And look at this ridiculous micro mistake on a Killerfish part. His cavalry was waiting for a little bit. He paid too much for this Azure Dragon Force, I believe. And it's still fighting, and General can survive.
Yeah, General, I think he's still there. Surprisingly. Oh, he lost his Imperial Guard cav, I think. One more volley and they're gone. No, they're down to 13 men, so he almost lost. But the General, Liv is actually gonna die now, for sure. But Killerfish is gonna lose all his cavalry instead, and those were unnecessary losses.
Yeah, and the question is now, if he's so ineffective with his cavalry, how is he going to deal with 3 left 150 range units? It's at this point, I would actually give some advantage to Miv. There is still revolver cavalry alive, so, and this Blackbeard with 150 range. But right now, it's Killerfish who is splitting up, and if Miv plays it right, he can get this Black Tortoise forces for free.
Yeah, I just think Miv's units will just reload so fast, and they can kill like the infantry very quickly, and then move on towards.
Look! Yet again, Killerfish does something very stupid, in my opinion. He is risking his revolver cavalry.
Yeah, you really don't want to engage frontally with a revolver cavalry, it's best to do it from a dead angle or from like a flank, for example. Like from a flank that you can't be shot from because one-on-one revolver cavalry won't really win, I guess. Shooter infantry, especially those 150 Imperials, it's not really a possibility. Yeah, he's kind of risking a bit too much. He needs to play a bit more cautiously.
Well, now what Myth planning to do? Who is an attack in this game?
I believe Miv is the attacker.
Okay, I see. Well, well, we will see what they will do. So far,
What?
both players did quite a lot of mistakes, I should
Yeah.
say.
But it
And
seems
now,
like Miv's gonna form a box, but he's the attacker.
mm,
I think he's the attacker regardless.
well, it's not exactly the box. Well, I mean, he still moves towards the opponent. But he does it very cautiously. Obviously.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna... Let's see... Well, I guess he's gonna try and commit, but he's gonna get that Black Tortoise maybe. No, he decides that it's too risky and he'll pull away, but I don't agree with what...
Very, very bad engagement.
Yeah, he's gonna lose that Imperial Infantry now, I would
And
say.
for nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
down
he
to
just
the
went and lost himself one unit.
very strange decision.
Uh,
He calls GG now. And, well, I don't know if it's truly GG yet, but yeah, now Killerfish does have the advantage for
yeah,
sure.
but you know, maybe it's what you were talking about. It's for us. There is not. We have nothing on stake, so we can see this game clearly. And for me and Killerfish, this game might look one-sided for each of them, because Mif sees his own mistakes and he does not think clearly about what Killerfish already lost, what he have. So it might seem very one-sided to him.
The thing is that once again he made the same mistake. His Imperial Infantry came back from routing and he attacked them once again through that
But
Black Third.
he's winning against United States Marines. But that why is he splitting his forces so much? I don't understand this.
I don't understand this
kinda...
either. It's very strange.
Usually in situation like this, when you have very immobile force, but firepower advantage, you choose the cheapest unit of yours and go for opponent's line. You use one unit as a mid shield.
Oh, now the Revolver Cavalry is gonna do some damage, but yeah, I think Revolver Cavalry is gonna take out
And look, they do shuffle dance with Revolver Cavalry.
What? They do that as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. But
well,
yeah,
at least they rearranged. Yeah. Well, let's say this was a warm-up game. Because there is quite a lot of strange things happening on both sides. But that's another reason why these tournaments are so interesting and so important. It's not only your battle plan or execution or anything, it's your guts, it's your psychological preparedness to what is happening. So, can you see the final statistic yet?
Yeah, Killerfish deployed not as many men as Mib, but he killed a lot more, like 300 more.
300 more, yeah. And the most kills for Killerfish is his 150 range Blackbears. He clearly mismicroed his United States Marines. And let's take a closer look. His Shogunate Guard cavalry didn't do much.
Yeah, he mismicroed his Imperial Guard cavalry as well. He lost them unnecessarily. Like he was just running around the map, and then they got shot by I don't know what kind of unit it was, but it was
But
unnecessary.
around that 71 kills they got, uh, almost one whole unit of Imperial Guard cavalry of Miv. So I would say they paid for themselves, at least in
Yeah.
that in
Yeah.
sense of cost effectiveness.
Yeah, but they could have used them better as well. So.
Yeah. And as we can see, the best unit on a Miv spot was Azure Dragon Force Vanilla one, which yet again he didn't clearly see how make use of his 150 range units. So he certainly didn't need 3 of them, I think. But well, let's hope this is only warm up, and in next game we see much better play from both sides. Because well, I didn't really like how both of them use their cavalry.
Yeah.
Even I do better sometimes.
I want to see something like Killerfish versus Pointman at least, or yeah, that
Well,
was an epic match.
of course it was. Well, if Killerfish played against Pointman like he played this game, this would have been Pointman against Myth right now. So, well,
Yeah.
warm up. This is warm up. I hope so. And maybe that's kind of problem when I have this trouble because I cast so many different games of different players, and I watch so many replays that I start to see these mistakes instantly. I start to see scenarios instantly, and that is wrong because I know that what Duck would do in this situation. I know how Colonel Bob or Sony would play, how Pointman would play, and I know that they may play it better. But it's not them we have here. We have Killerfish and Myth. These two players who we have to watch closely. Actually, this is a map where I would bring ninjas. There is so many nice hiding spots. Personally, I would like to try it.
Yeah, like you could put them up on the hills, you mean?
Yeah, if you suspect you, especially on the ladder, if you suspect your opponent to be artillery camp or something, and if you have Shinobi Informer, even better, you can deploy ninjas on the right hill. Yeah, and you don't even need 4 of them. Even one might do enough damage. So for the dodges, this time we have much more testy dodges. We have Shrine on the left flank of Killerfish. We have Archery Dodger in the middle. And Farmhouse on the right flank. So I guess both players would want to go for the middle first, with some emphasis on the Shrine.
Yeah. See though, and Liv's ready right now, just waiting for Killerfish, but based on how Killerfish is set up, I think he's almost ready.
And I guess, yeah.
So we should be starting in, I don't know, maybe like 1 minute max. Probably no longer than that.
Okay. Actually, take a look at deployment. This is kinda seems like a mistake to me when you deploy your cavalry over your line. See right now when they're running on a Killerfish path, they slow it down significantly, both units. And now for the compositions, I will start with Killerfish, who actually deployed his Imperial Guard cavalry with 150 range wrong. They are not hidden, even so he tried to hide them in the forest. He have 2 Marines, Royal Marines and infantry, the marine, on two sides of the river, and he have vanilla Azure Dragon forces, and that's all for his line. And his cavalry are 4 Yariki with level 6, Shogunate Guard Cavalry level 2, and Imperial Guard Cavalry vanilla on the front, and as I told already, 150 range Imperial Guard Cavalry, which hit right but failed to hide in the forest. And his general are full Bushido Gen for the myth now.
Right, so for me, we've got his general over here, Bushido, with some points in gun trees. Looks like he's got some accuracy. Then we've got his cav on his right flank, Yariki, both rank 6. Then we've got some infantry, Black Tortoise Force, then a Black Bear, 150. United States Marines 150 as well, and behind him we've got an Imperial Infantry. As for his far left flank, he's got Imperial Infantry 150, Black Tortoise Force, and yet another Black Tortoise Force. And of course, 2 other cav units, also 2 Yariki rank 6. Actually, one of them is rank 4. My bad,
And
but that is his build, and looks like Killerfisch actually got the
already
archery
got
dojo.
archery, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's pushed away from a shrine, and Myth certainly would get the shrine. And he has much more stable build. He have actually liked his build maybe even more. Well, for defense at least.
Right, so yeah.
And Killerfisch not really doing anything right now. He is capping farmhouse. He's trying to position his marines right, and Myth slowly crawling forward.
You can see just how fast the shrine was captured with the extra co-op capture or whatever it's called. I don't know. If
You
he's
mean?
got it, I think he's got it. Because like the shrine was captured pretty quickly. I think more than you'd usually see.
Yeah, yeah. But the question now is, personally, I think Myth have enough forces to break near shrine. He really can, but he does not want to attack. He is thinking about protecting his left flank, and very bad idea charging his Yariki in this Imperial Guard Cavalry. He will not catch them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And now he will probably lose this Yariki.
Oh.
And
Killerfisch was microing his guard cav. He's actually getting them caught, and he lost 12 men unnecessarily. I don't know why he's not engaging, because he could be engaging. The Yariki of Miv, because Miv's... Oh, actually there's a Black Tortoise coming, but I don't know. I think he could. He's gonna lose his guard cav. Oh god.
Yeah.
Killerfisch mismicroed them because he didn't have farmhouse and they were supposed to be fast enough.
Yeah, but does farm? Oh yeah, it's increase movement speed, but I think they will come back. Killerfisch running his general, he will try to pop up a rally, I believe. Let's take a look at this.
But even
will he?
Oh.
No, he's too late. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know, because he could have tried, because it might have worked.
Yeah, I would have certainly used it. Yeah, it's kind of... Both players do not do what you would expect from them.
Look at what's happening in the middle. Miv is actually taking the archery dojo now. But I don't know, because Killerfisch is the attacker and he's gonna give up the best 2 dojos on the map, I would say.
Oh, the thing is, Killerfisch yet again in a big disadvantage in terms of range and line infantry, and he does not use his cavalry advantage at all. And I think, honestly, this 150 range Imperial Guard Cavalry on this map, we will see if he can use them, but it might be a mistake here.
Yeah, because there's just all those hills and forests, and it's not really that efficient.
Yeah.
So like, if you go around and you try to get up on those hills, the range is not gonna be a problem. It's not gonna be a question of range. Because, yeah, it's 125 is good enough for this map, I would say.
And it's really kinda only good against melee rush build. Even you still can shoot at this 125 line, but first of all, it is cheap, and second, if you miss micro just one time, your cavalry is done for.
Yeah, he might get a shot off into those back doors. Actually, no, because
But
they can't. Yeah,
and
he's got
don't
no line
forget
of
that
sight.
in this forest there are more Black Tortoise forces of Myth.
Oh, looks like he's actually gonna try and push forward and catch the guard cab, but I don't think he's gonna be able to, or is he? No, Killerfish is pulling back.
But well, the only thing he wants is to get farmhouse, yeah. And he actually moving his 150 range Imperial infantry closer. Well, I would say this might be a chance for Killerfish, because now Myth really weakened up his right flank near the shrine. He plays like you would play against a line heavy build, but he's putting too much force near the farmhouse, I believe.
Yeah, he's sending another unit over. Yeah, he's got, what does he have? 2 units that we can see on that flank. But
he certainly have something hidden in the forest,
yeah.
150 range units in the forest, and one more. Oh man, why does he put so much line units on this side? That's about tools. I mean, Myth sacrificed 1 unit of his Yariki and he doesn't have Imperial Guard cavalry, so he have nothing to get this Imperial Guard cavalry of Killerfish. Yeah, this is gonna be a long game.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know what Mip's trying. Oh, he's gonna try and push now. From the looks of it, he's sending his ERT, but he's just gonna get shot by guard cav if Killerfish sends it over. Actually, no, because well, he's gonna get shots off on that black tortoise regardless because it's up there. Yeah, he's gonna get a shot off, I think. Where is he? Probably will.
By the way, there is one.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, it seems that players do not really care about that, but they both seem to be how do you call it? Breaking red line rule.
Oh, there we have the black tortoise coming up again and really not doing much because he can't skirmish against the guard cav. That's 150. You can't really do that. Like he's banking on Killerfish making a mistake, but now he's gonna push up with the rest of his forces.
And now Myth actually does the right thing. I think near the archery dojo, he is pushing infantry de marine farther away, and at the same moment, look at this. He doesn't really overextend himself. This is how you play with line. I mean, that's what he should have done. Why are you backing up, Myth? No. That's a good position. He's sacrificing his black tortoise force for nothing.
Yeah, he's gonna lose them. Regardless. Well. And now what Killerfish is gonna do is he's just gonna skirmish on the other black tortoise force. Get some more shots off. But oh, looks like Miv's actually gonna push, but that is actually where he can push, like between the archery dojo and farmhouse. He can push because there's 150. But
and Miv doing something very strange in the middle. He will. Is he going to sacrifice this Yariki?
Seems like it. I think Killerfish is gonna see it and turn. Is he?
I can see the idea.
Oh, Killerfish! He's not turning around. Oh, he might not get a shot off. Oh, if he doesn't get a shot off.
He was afraid to do that because of that United States Marines coming closer. Actually, very interesting push from Myth. If he gets only one volley with his United States Marines, he may get all that cavalry. Yes, he getting shots.
Yeah,
Very
That's
nice,
actually,
very nice.
yeah, that actually is a really good move by Miv. Like, regardless, if he stops and shoots the cav, then
But
he's
he's united. He just doesn't have enough for that. So we will see. This will be a very close battle, regardless. This black tortoise force on the right flank of Mif, they should move closer. He doesn't use them. He doesn't use all his forces. But man, Killerfisch losing his cavalry.
ah, without doing much.
He may lose this. If he loses his cavalry here, he stays with his cavalry in prolonged melee fight. Both players do quite a lot of mistakes here, but I think Mif actually winning this exchange.
Now, if the cav get in that Imperial infantry that's in the back, but
Killerfisch will lose his general, while Mif might actually
yeah, I think
keep his general.
I think Miv should have this flank under his control.
And he will have enough line left. But he have to back up with his United States Marines, I think.
Yeah. Oh, the Black Taurus is like in so many rows deep. Like, look at it. Not getting effective fire.
Well, they got only attack order. I think both generals will rout. Yeah, Mif's general already routed, and Killerfisch still have Banzai. It will be next. But now it's question of will. Oh, and Mif actually got almost one whole cavalry unit alive. Don't do that, Mif. Don't sacrifice that unit. I don't like this idea. He sacrificed it too early. I still think that he has an advantage in this game, but he maybe sacrificed his cavalry too early. His last Yariki.
Well, I think at this point I think he just wanted to get rid of Killerfish.
Yeah, I understand that.
He didn't manage, and the rest of his yard key.
It's just a little bit bad timing here. And, well, right now Killerfish has nothing to cap the dodges. So Mif can really win by just camping the forest, I believe.
Alright, so GG is called. Because Killerfish can't really do anything at this point. But I think Miv's gonna push, regardless.
Yeah, well, we will see. I still think that this last hierarchy of Mif is surprising that he didn't give it order to move to the main fight at the beginning of the fight. I would say a micro mistake. Well, minor one, but still.
Yeah, now Killerfish is gonna lose his marines, his guard cav again.
Yeah, it's not that interesting, but if we come back to this fight between Archery Dodger and Farmhouse, I liked how it started. Mif pushed with his two 150 range units and forced infantry the marine of Killerfish back up. And while they were running from that push, they couldn't. Killerfish had to choose. If he stopped, he will be shooted by two 150 range units at the same time. If he doesn't stop, he gets back charged with that Yariki. And it was like perfect timing. I think Mif could have done it with better timing. He could have even saved his cavalry actually. But still, it's kind of... You see how sometimes the timings, when you use your different types of your troops together with the proper coordination and proper timing, it creates... it can win you the game. Just because to save this weakness of Killerfish was this infantry the marine. And to save it, he actually engaged in a cavalry fight. And that's what he didn't want to do actually.
Yeah, that was a very smart move from him. I mean, he knew that... Okay, so Killerfish is either gonna turn around and shoot my cavalry, but if he does that, then I can catch him with my line units and kill the marine units.
Yeah,
But
and
if he doesn't stop, I get a charge into his marines with my Yari key, and it's gonna do a lot of damage anyway. And I
and
might still get shots off with the infantry too.
yes, and he did it in a situation when his line was actually quite safe. Uh, all cavalry of Killerfish was blown up on this hill. There were no cavalry really flanking these United States Marines, no back charges. All that cavalry were forced to
Yeah.
attack me from the front,
This is
which
so
is
funny
exactly
what
what he wanted.
Killerfish is doing. He just right click to the archery dojo with his Royal Marines.
Yeah, well, it's kind of
Yeah.
way to lose. Nice shots going on. Well, I think yet again this game had quite a lot of mistakes in
Yeah.
cavalry fights, with losing that first Imperial Guard cavalry for nothing, and Miv lost his cavalry for nothing. But in the end, I think just this engagement that won Miv the game is the one that worth learning about. And look at this difference in manpower.
Oh, I
That's
haven't
what.
loaded yet.
Oh, you will see it soon. 600 man difference in deployed. That's 150 range Imperial Guard cavalry for you.
Yeah. Very expensive. He did manage to. I think he did do enough with them because he killed 250 men. But
Yeah,
the
but
other unit didn't pay for itself. The other Imperial Guard cav.
look at this. 150 range Imperial Guard cavalry. It cost 1,700 Koku. If you think about it, he killed 150 men of Black Tortoise Force. Did he really get cost effective? I'm not sure about that. It's kind of difficult to say here. And other thing is, Killerfish really had to build his plan around this Imperial Guard cavalry. He really needed this cavalry heavy contingent, which he wasn't able to use.
Yeah, like he just got shut up and died because thing is, like Killerfish didn't really have lines as much line support as Miv had in the Cav engagement. Like they engaged with Cav, but Miv had line support. I don't remember if I don't think Killerfish had any lines supporting his Cav. It was just his Cav against Miv's lines and
Yeah,
Cav.
yeah,
So that was the thing
and
because
it, and it all was from the front.
yeah, like the thing is normally if you bring like what Killerfish did, you want to engage the cavalry of Miv away from his supporting infantry units, and then you win the cav battle. But like if you engage when there are supporting lines, it's not gonna go too well for you,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, he couldn't charge every line unit of MIF. Actually, there was 2 line units of MIF that were shooting at cavalry. Quite a lot of mistakes, and I actually think maybe it's just assumption. Maybe Killerfish wanted to play some mind games here. He wanted to show his build with 150 range Imperial Guard cavalry hidden, and he wanted Mif to think that there is no such a unit, and he wanted to use it later.
Yeah.
He wanted to bring it after Mif positioned his forces, but in the end,
But it was not hidden anyway, so
yeah, and even if it was, when you think about it, you need the whole game to make it pay for itself. When you have a plan that built around 150 range Imperial Guard cavalry, it makes no sense to hide it.
yeah.
I mean, you can hide revolver cavalry, for example, because it's a shock unit.
It depends though. I think if you had it like against the melee rush, it might work, but it's still risky. Because like the guy who's thinking, oh, this guy doesn't have Imperial Guard cav. I
Oh, yeah,
can
yeah, yeah, yeah,
do
yeah.
it. But it's still a bit risky even in that case because you might still need it for support. But like in that case, you could just take out their melee cav and you'd be fine, or shooter infantry if they have any.
And this map was not well suited for such a game plan, I think.
Yeah. To see next one.
But still, this is a very nice example. Well, we all talk lately about how strong cavalry is, but this is a nice example of how cavalry heavy play on some maps can be beaten. We have that, and probably, let's be honest here, both players ignored red line rule, which is one of the reasons cavalry was so weak. Cavalry had no chance to flank because map was split in exactly on two, and we have to thank CA for that. I'm actually surprised. I know that it isn't a problem to use a bigger map. We all know that all these maps have 2v2 and 3v3 versions. And I don't know why I would like to have an option to enable this 3v3 map size for 1v1.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool, but yeah. Could maybe I don't know, we'd have to play some games on it, some test games, and see if there's anything overpowered with it, because cavalry heavy play might be, I don't know, maybe too good in such a case.
Of course it would. Because, well, honestly, there is only one problem with cavalry I have. Right now, it makes sense to bring 8 cavalry because well, I think it's just because of hierarchy. What I would do is either make them more expensive, or even better plan, make them like Yari cavalry in Shogun 2. Decrease melee attack and increase cavalry bonus and charge. And make it niche unit. So kinda you have a sabre cavalry to use against infantry, and you have Yariki to use against other cavalry. But they are too cheap to be all around good. I don't know.
No, I think not sure.
Well, I mean, this tournament history so far shows that cavalry is really strong. I mean, we have like almost any game we see at least 4 level 6 Yariki, and at least I can easily call 3 players. It's Dark, you, Angelus, actually Killerfisch, who at some point used cavalry heavy builds very effectively.
Yeah,
And
a lot of people use them.
The thing is, they use them very effectively. It's kind of difficult to remember a scenario where cavalry heavy build lost. There is some maps like Slumbering Settlement, for example. But okay, let's take a look at the game now.
So we've got on the lowlands, farmhouse, middle, shrine, and highlands, the sword dojo.
So it's Highlands scenario. This time it makes no sense to go for a farmhouse. And I will look at Killerfisch's build. Okay. And maybe he hides something. He should. He certainly do. Yeah. Okay, they both ready. I think you should start with Myth because
Yeah.
we can see his whole composition.
Alright, so here we go. The game is starting. Now we've got Miv over here. He's got in the front Spear Levy, Spear Levy, Spear Levy, and basically he's got 3 Spear Levies to act as meat shields up in the front. Then he's supported by an Imperial Infantry 150, Marine Infantry the Marine 150, and then a White Bear and another Imperial Infantry 150 on his right flank. Then for his Cav force, he's got the Shogun of the Guard Cav rank 2, then he's got some Yari Keys, mix of level 5 and 6 I think, then the Vanilla Imperial Guard Cavalry, and I believe that is his build. He's also interestingly sending the Spear Levy to take the shrine.
Yeah. And already some shooting going on near the Sword Dodge with this Imperial Guard cover. And Killerfisch has very interesting build, full Bushido Gen with 3 white bears, all vanilla. He have tons of cavalry. He have 8 level, he have 4 level 7 Yariki level 2 Shogunate Guard cavalry and 2 Sabre cavalry level 4 each. And now he tries to flank with his Sabre cavalry on the front. He has Spear Levy and Shogitai, and he tries to melee rush on a left side of on the left flank of his, but he is actually failing that rush. Myth in a very defensive position there.
Yeah, if
And actually, you know, Killerfisch might have nothing to do with that 150 range of Myth. He cannot break this blob easily.
yeah, I think he's gonna try and come around with this Cav from the back. And that might be his best bet because Miv doesn't have any spears protecting his back. Oh, actually, he does have the
He
spear levy
does,
he's
and he
sending.
does
Yeah,
quite
a
enough
spear
cavalry.
levy. Yeah,
And interestingly, near the shrine, Myth didn't put his spear levy in a loose formation. They still surviving this just because Dojo protecting them from the shots.
I think what he wanted to do is to make sure that they're so. Yeah, he could have positioned them better. Like you see, he could have turned them around a bit so the unit wouldn't have fired that well.
And now look at what is happening. Killerfisch is trying to sneak his Yaruki on lower ground. And on higher ground, without line support, Myth doesn't have cavalry superiority. And he is wasting time in the middle. He has 150 range advantage and he doesn't use it, allowing Killerfisch to maneuver with his cavalry. I'm not sure this will go too good for Myth if he continues like that. Actually, this is a choke point situation. Myth could have, I think he should have engaged in a cavalry fight here. Because if he allowed Killerfisch to spread his cavalry, it would be not so efficient for him. And in choke point situation, with only 3 or 4 melee cavalry, Myth could have gotten even a fight.
No, because Killerfisch does have Shogunate Guard Cav, so.
Well.
But yeah, he
now
doesn't.
Killerfisch certainly have an advantage. He can hit the back of Myth forces and just pull through the spear levies. And look.
Yeah.
You continue.
Okay, so basically, as in hindsight, if Myth saw the build of Killerfisch, he could have expected Killerfisch to go like on top. So maybe he could have sent the spear levy from the beginning over there, maybe to block that from Killerfisch, because the spear levy up there would have helped out a lot. Like if you put it in the choke point, the spear levy. I mean.
If you we need to very bad engagement on Killerfisch parts. He started moving too fast. He moved his white bears into the range, hoping to get with his cavalry later, but he lost his white bears too early, and now his cavalry getting caught up in the spear levy and cavalry coming around. He can't push through, but I think this is a very bad engagement.
Yeah.
Look, Killerfisch get everything blobbed up in this small area, but at the same time, Mif doesn't shoot. Oh, and what is happening?
Yariki of Killerfish getting destroyed on the left flank of Liv. But that is gonna allow Killerfish to get some shots off. But yeah, I believe Killerfish is cav
Losing
and
it.
will, yeah, they're
Because
probably
the
gonna lose.
moment he loses his cavalry, he loses the game because of 150 advantage of
Yeah.
Mif.
And Imperial Guard cavalry as well.
But
so.
Mif have to take a better care of his infantry de marine. They are not shooting, and at the same time they're getting shot at. I don't know. Bad micro from both sides. What is? You see, Mif actually managing his Imperial Guard cavalry and totally forgetting about his infantry de marine.
Yeah, like
What-
it's getting flanked right now.
And you see, this is all happening in such a small area. How can he make such a micro mistake? I mean, you see it all at the same time. But it doesn't matter. He won this game. Terrible, absolutely terrible engagement by Killerfish. And honestly, this looks like what was happening in a game against Sony. Sometimes, for no apparent reason, Killerfish makes very bad calls. That's what I was talking about. I don't want to tell. I kinda Killerfish is very good player. He have a nice micro. He have very creative build sometimes, but I think he lacks a little bit creativity in the attacking. He really, I mean, this was kind of what was his plan?
I don't know.
It was clear.
I don't know because yeah, he had to go past that river to get to infantry of, and he had spear levies to block. So
and just think about it. He ran all his cavalry back, just to blob them out into the choke point.
Like he could have split them up and attacked from different angles.
Yeah, he could have easily split them into two contingents, easily.
Yeah.
And at the same time, remember the first game? He had in the first game, Killerfish actually split his cavalry and didn't blob them up when map allowed him to. And here, when map does not favor blobbing up, he did
it's kind of weird.
It's maybe he's kind of losing it a little bit because it's difficult in the match. But I have a little bit of headache just because I try to understand, I try to read it, and I can't. I just can't. And honestly, he lost his white bears, and he should have gotten his spear levies as a mid shield, I believe. But he started engagement with his white bears, and they were destroyed in a one volley. And at the same time, through the whole engagement, I mean, Mif had tons of time to micro his infantry de marine, to position his line better, but he didn't use that time. I don't really know what he was managing so viciously.
Yeah, I only saw that he was managing the
Imperial Guard
cav. Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's one unit, so it's not like it's a lot to do.
And even if you don't use the back camera, it was so clamped up. It's very easy to micro in such a scenario. Everything was on one place, on one blob up. But in the end, it paid off because his Imperial Guard cavalry got 178 kills. And two Yariki of Mif did very well. His Shogun Guard cavalry did very well. And for Killerfish, yeah, his cavalry did nothing. And his Sabre cavalry, were trashed, completely trashed. I think his build was nice actually. He could have used it better, more effectively, but we will see.
Yeah, like,
So it's 2-1 in favor of Miv.
but of course, Killerfisch can pull back, but it's gonna be difficult for sure. He needs to he needs to really get his stuff back working, so to speak. He needs to
Yeah,
get into his usual play style, like, and he needs to make better decisions this time around because that's not like him at all. It feels kind of
yeah.
weird.
You see now why I told that I think Miv have good chances against Killerfisch when we were talking about that. It's That's the feeling you get when you watch so many replays. I know that Killerfisch does these mistakes in attack. He, I don't know what he lacks, but he's certainly out of the game sometimes,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And the same goes for Miv. They both players who statistically do very well. They have very good ladder rates, and I know that in tournaments, for example, there was Dueling Club tournament on Russian League, and it was like everyone play with everyone, and it's like one big group, and Miv won it. It's like he played 200 games, and he won 70% of it.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
really
statistically
nice.
he do very good, and it goes for Killerfisch as well. Statistically, he do well, but they both. I mean, remember all late tournaments. Killerfisch lose to Dark on some tournaments. He in this. I don't know how to explain it. It's just difficult, different mindsets. Mindset when you have a lot of games to play and you have builds that statistically do well, and it's completely different thing when you have to win against certain opponent. Uh, and
Yeah.
it's not like players bad or good, but some people just better suited for these uh, one match scenarios, and some not.
Yeah, and basically what I mean is that in certain matchups, like some players may be worse against the opponent because of the playstyles they use. That's what you mean? Or
What I mean is, it was like what happened in a plane against Duck against Bane. I casted it, and at some point, Bane almost thrown away Duck out of a balance, and Duck still adapted. And these two players, both Smith and Killerfish, they actually have hard time adapting during the game, and it's it's just okay on a ladder, right? But
yeah,
here, when games prolonged, when it's one game, second game, third game, fourth game, and you lose your mental power, you're already tired, you don't know what to do, what is happening, and you kind of lose your focus and you lose your ability to adapt. That's what happened with me in a game, in a match against a Riskin. I can play very good, and everyone who played against me on the ladder, they know that it's actually very difficult to win against me in a one game. But when it's a match scenario, I lose the track of a game once and I can't catch it back. And I believe Killerfish and Miv both kind of like that. But still, I mean, Killerfisch played very nicely against Pointman. I mean, it wasn't an easy match.
Yeah.
It wasn't at all. And he managed to get back on track somehow. But still, it really, all this match, I think it's safe to say that both players lack creativity in attack. Except for that one moment, I think it was absolutely excellent when Meep won the second game. I think it was very cool.
Yeah.
But overall, in attack, they both lack creativity a little bit. So far, maybe they will show us something interesting. Who knows? And maybe that is partly because they both reactive players and they both very difficult to attack actually.
And I think the game's gonna start soon. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I'm a little bit tired of talking about the same thing again and again just to fill the gap. And I will start with.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I will start with Killerfisch, and this time he have a little bit more line. But first of all, he have Armstrong gun with rank 2 with 2 upgrades in accuracy. He have 2 Marines, Royal Marines and United States Marines. He have 150 range Blackbeards on high ground, and Whitebeards with 2 upgrades in reload on near the archery dodge on lower ground. His cavalry weak at this time. For Yariki level 2, actually. Interesting. He have Spear Levy and Vanilla Blackbeards on a high ground. So he kinda... shrapnel shots going on now. And Miv is rushing, right?
Yeah. So... it's gonna be hard to rush, actually, because if Killerfisch positions himself behind the river, which he isn't right now,
and look at how Spear Levies, formation of Spear Levies for Killerfisch. It's actually very interesting. You can easily run around such a square formation, but they have very good stopping power.
Yeah, and besides that, means his Royal Marines can still fire at the units when they have line of sight. That's the other thing. That's important. But actually, Miv is pushing through in the center.
Killerfisch. Oh no, Miv! It's Miv who is rushing. Yeah.
So.
And I saw, why is this spear levy? Yes, Killerfisch always puts his spears in a square formation. That's his signature move, you can say. I actually think that Killerfisch in a good position right now.
He just needs to kite a little bit now, but he isn't. Like, he needs to kite with that US Marines behind the river, if you see it that one.
Yeah, because Miv lost his cavalry actually. So now it's Killerfisch's game to lose. He still gets cavalry left. And if he gets over the river, I think right now I would give... If this played perfectly, I would give this game to Killerfisch.
Yeah,
he only have to get rid of 2 Shogitais, and one is already wavering.
Probably gonna get some shots up. There we go, with his Marine unit.
I would say this is... Miv is in a very bad position right now. He have to commit his general.
Oh, if his general gets killed now, I mean, it's gonna be really difficult.
And look at here, Miv sending 2 last cavalry he had, and I hope he doesn't cheat with unlumbering his archery, because I think it's a real cheat. No, he doesn't. And his artillery actually slowing down the Shogitais of Miv a little bit.
Very interesting.
Okay, one Shogitai will rout when when rally will go off.
Yeah, what Killerfisch needs to do is
to just run. He only need to run.
Yeah, and commit his spear levy while his Marine's still in position.
Yeah, and he will get the general now. I think
Yeah.
he tries to run. And you see, Killerfisch actually have shooting gen. Oh, it's a gun gen. And he's doing the right thing, I believe, by splitting his own forces. And now that forces Myth to split his melee rush. And yeah, right thing. Killerfisch only needs to not stop. Not stop. And if
Yeah.
this Royal Marines of Killerfisch does not round,
Oh, actually, looks like perhaps there is actually a big chance for Myth to be able to turn this around because he's cornered Killerfisch.
yeah,
He has no way to to run
and he
anymore.
loses his gen.
Oh, Killerfisch needs to charge that Yariki into the Azure. It was, or something, or the Shogitai. There we go.
Yeah.
This Killerfisch might actually lose this. It looks very possible. I thought he had
And,
it.
and you see, he did a mistake of reading the game again. He was, you see, he was so focused on microing, on microing that he didn't commit to reading the game farther ahead. And it's easy to see that you're actually cornering yourself here. Well, his Blackbeards might actually run away.
This Royal Marines might the other picture, but yeah, his general is gonna die.
I think both general will rout.
Yeah, his
Oh no,
Blackbeard.
with 7 men means general might survive.
Yeah, if that Marine unit gets a shot off, but I don't know if it will. Even if it gets a shot off, there's still he's gonna get a shot off. Yeah, so he might get the general. If he gets the general off the field, then he can take out the Yarikachi. If he takes out the Yarikachi,
Not sure about that. 16 attack. Well, he might. Okay, this is going to be a long game.
oh, he got it. He got the Yarikachi.
Yeah. And finally,
think-
Killerfisch actually got a chance.
Oh, I don't know what Killerfisch is doing. Oh, he's gonna charge in with his Royal Marines. This is so risky. But Viv doesn't have a volley. Oh. Yeah, he actually charged into the Miv's Azures and he's
And-
gonna beat them in melee.
I think this is a situation where Mif should have kited while his spear levy coming closer. And now he's losing it.
Yeah, he had it, but he lost it.
Now, where did Mif did mistake here, interestingly?
Well,
I
I
think
think-
maybe... Okay,
ahead.
you first.
Well, basically, I think for a moment, his units were stationary against the United States Marines, and he did, alright, he did lose his general, so he could have been a little bit more careful with
Yeah,
the
and-
general.
I think that thinking that these cornered forces of Killerfisch are dead was a mistake, actually. At some point, Mif thought that this game is done, and he splitted his forces. He sent his Whitebeards wait a second. He sent his Black Tortoise force to get these Royal Marines, but instead he should have sent them with his Yarikachi, I believe. He should have put more forces for certain kill in this against this cornered United States Marines, but well,
This is gonna be so long with those black bears running away.
and right now it doesn't really have a lot of meaning.
Yeah, guess he's gonna take out the. He's gonna go for the workshop, take that, and that's where he might make his stand.
I mean, I don't know what kind of mistake you have to do to lose such a game.
And looks like Miv
Yeah,
GG'd anyway,
yeah.
so.
And where are those people who told you should not concede? Tell me that MIF shouldn't concede in such a scenario.
Yeah, it would have been
What
boring
should we
for
do?
all of us, actually.
Yeah, we as commentators and you as a viewers actually benefited from this conceit
Yeah.
quite a lot. Oh man. And well, Myth. I should say this time it was quite a close game, and this time I wouldn't tell that some of players did some huge mistakes. It was a very messy game, kind of difficult to read. So I think they actually warmed up, and it should be 2-2
Wow.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, what? Look at Killerfish's Royal Marines. Just look at them.
Well, okay. Oh yeah, hero unit right here.
Armstrong
Um,
guns didn't pay for themselves because he got rushed.
yeah, kinda. But in the end, the thing is, Killerfish actually won this game the moment Meath lost his cavalry. Well, that's my opinion. Then he played a little bit sloppy and actually gave Meath one more chance.
And then Miv played
But in the end,
sloppy.
it didn't work, yeah. Because, well, you need cavalry to stop your opponent. And I think, what cavalry Meath had? All his cavalry level 6. Now a couple of level 4 Yeriki. And Killerfish actually got very effective with his level 2 Yeriki, surprisingly. And look at this. Shugnut Guard Cavalry of Myth named Captain Murzik.
He had last game. I think he had one named Captain Duck.
Oh. Well, both Duck and Murzik really love to play cavalry heavy. Oh, and I'm getting very hungry after all this talking.
Yeah, so it's time for the final game on rice fields. I think both players are gonna play to their max potential now.
Oh,
Let's see.
actually, I'm sorry. I want to check one thing. I want to ask you, the people in the chat. Can you tell me how my voice sounds right now? Can you hear fan sounds or my breathing, or maybe I'm too quiet or something? I want to calibrate my microphone just to know better, and how it sounds compared to my videos on YouTube. Because I'm maybe too quiet right now. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm actually my sound better than before just because I'm doing the breath exercises. I have an allergy and I have a risk of getting how do you call it, the asthma, so I have to do breathing exercises, and it actually benefits my talking habits. I can talk louder and longer, and I have to pay quite a lot of money for medicine now.
Hmm.
And it's kind of annoying. It's not really dangerous disease, but if you not deal with it like in 5 or 10 years, it can become asthma. Allergy, I mean. So it's like you're always doing, okay, I can do it the next year. Nope, you can't, and you shouldn't.
Right, so the players are gonna need, well, Killerfish is gonna need a couple of minutes. Maybe he's gonna take a bio break or something. I don't know.
Oh, and I certainly should be right back.
Yeah, same. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the treatment is it's kind of, they make you shots for a couple of years until you kind of get rid of the allergen or have an immunity to allergen.
Okay, so I'm back.
Me too.
Okay, so I got something to eat because I'm
The same here.
I'm like really
Oh,
hungry, but the game is starting, so
yeah,
okay.
actually. And so far, I should say uh, that despite all sloppiness we talked about, it's actually quite an epic match in terms of its history. It's 2-2 game, and both players took one game at each map. And actually, I didn't notice. I think they both took their games as defenders, no? This actually might be interesting to know. Uh, so, Killerfisch took first and third game. No, no, no. First and fourth game, and Meave took second and third game. So, huh. Okay, then I will take a look at Killerfish composition without casting it yet. Okay, Killerfish is ready, waiting for me. Uh, and from what I know, Meave actually have Shinobi Informer because before we saw Killerfish when looking from Meave size, and and this is an interesting thing. Before Killerfish had Shinobi Informer as well, and now it's either bugged or he decided not to take it. Maybe it is because of his game plan, which I'm not revealing yet because game is not starting. And Well, the dodgers, let's see. From the Killerfish point of view, left dodger is sword dodger, middle one is a workshop, and the right one is farmhouse. So yet again, all three of them basically melee dodgers. And they both ready. I think.
With what I had to do, like eat, so I can now commentate again.
Okay, I looked at Killerfish, but they didn't start. I think you should take a look at Myth, and I will start with Killerfish again.
Okay.
And it's starting. And they both deployed near Sword Dodge and Workshop. And Killerfish actually have a melee rush on the rice field. He has 6 cavalry units. 2 Shogunate Guard cavalry, 1 level 6 and other level 2. He have 4 Yariki level 6. He have 4 spear levies and 3 Shogitais. And interestingly enough, one of Shogitais level 5, which I kind of don't understand. You don't need such an expensive Shogitai against line, which is a usual thing to see on the rice fields. 2 other Shogitais have Anilla. His general is full Bushido gem. Now for the Myth.
Yeah, so he's got a Bushido gun general as previous matches. Then he's got heavy line build, and he's actually got 4 Yariki, and I think all of them are vanilla, so not really too much Goku on them. Then he's got Black Bear 150, Imperial Infantry 150, White Bear 125 on his right flank. In the center, he's got 2 units of 150s, 1 Imperial Infantry 150 and the Royal Marine, and then he's got on the left flank White Bear Infantry and United States Marines 150, and I believe that's his whole army. So his army isn't really that strong in terms of cavalry, but his line surely is. But I would say that 150 line units aren't really cost efficient in handling a melee rush. So, and I think he's got 3 of them. I would much rather prefer to like have gotten another line unit instead of having the 150 upgrade against melee rush.
The thing is, I think Myth really have a power to push Killerfish away from dodgers. So I don't know. I don't really see how Killerfish plans to rush. He does something very sloppy, and finally he's starting his rush without getting any of the dodgers. Well, maybe he will get farmhouse.
Yeah, farmhouse is actually gonna help a lot.
Look at General of the Myth.
Oh, he might get caught, and if he gets caught, it could be over.
He reacted a little bit slow, and now only 70 men left. Well, when you skirmish with your general, you should take a better care of it. And you see what Killerfish did? He made it look like he's rushing on his left flank just to get this general of Myth. It was a deliberate tactic. He sacrificed 40 of his spear levy just for that chance.
Oh, and he might be doing it again. Oh, Miv, careful. He's actually trying maybe to use the friendly fire of Miv's units to kill his own general. I don't know, because he killed a lot with friendly fire, I think.
And maybe the thing is here is that Myth maybe does not realize that with farmhouse, Killerfish Yaruki now faster than his general.
He might be killing his own general soon. Oh no, they're not firing. But the thing is, I think Killerfish is
look at this.
Yeah,
look at Yaruki's of Myth.
Yeah, capping the sword dojo. That's
no, the other one. On the right flank, 24 kills and 24 losses. They even against this Shogunate Guard cavalry of Killerfish.
I think Killerfish is in a lot of trouble because Sword Dojo is actually now owned by Miv. And that's big. Means his cavalry and line will be more efficient.
Look at the back of Miv. Charge is coming.
But he turned around the unit and he's gonna fire.
Yeah. Awful engagement. But we will see how it goes. Because now quite a
Oh,
lot of line units
what is
are in
Killerfish
melee.
doing? Look in his back. He's got a lot of units doing nothing.
And
He's
his
walking in
general is
piecemeal.
dead!
He's walking in piecemeal with his units.
Completely screwed up his micros this time. Completely. And this general, he doesn't realize that it doesn't matter how far away your general are. Bullets run all across the map.
Yeah, and I think
He will be routing after the rally when rally will get off.
his
And
Yari
yet again,
key gets shot up pretty bad. I don't
and
agree with charging frontally with Yari key most of the time.
and I think Killerfish got small chance, but very small, because now he lost all of his cavalry, and all Myth have to do now is spread his line on all direction. All he
Yeah, I
have to
think.
do is to run in different directions. Killerfish
Yeah.
just blown his.
Even in melee, I think Killerfish would still lose in melee because he's got spear level. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
this is it.
honestly, Miller Rush on rice fields. I mean, Twitchy did it once against Duck. I understand, but
Risky to do it in such an important game. Super risky.
and I mean, I don't see a real plan here. So Myth actually winning the game, and on a void, on Tyker's thread, I actually voted for Killerfish. But when we were discussing this matchup before, I told you, Myth have a good chances here. And yes, this is maybe the weak point of Killerfish. He have a very nice micro. He have a big variety of builds, but he doesn't have that stability in terms of concentrating during one match. Concentrating during 1 hour, which you need to win 5 games. And as we can see, he can't even win 2 games in a row so far in this matchup. Maybe he relies on his opponent making mistake, which Myth didn't do that much. And look at, yeah, kinda, it was. I understand. I think you can win with Miller Rush on rice fields. You certainly can, but this time it just didn't feel like he knows how to rush it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sad. And man, I hope I didn't offend any of the players during this this cast, because sometimes I'm a little bit too honest with what I think about the game and about what is happening. If I see some scenario that uh, that can be better, I just can't restrain from talking about that,
Same.
unfortunately. So I hope they forgive me for that. I try to be as objective as I can. Well, thanks both players for the game, and thank you for this stream.
Problem? I guess this is a bit of an upset, but Miv is a really good player, so knew that it's a possibility.
Yeah, it was a possibility, and that's what you talk about. I mean, tournaments every time it's on this level. One player is stronger a little bit. It looks like that, but it doesn't mean he will win. So
Yeah.
be careful against Tycho on your game. Be careful.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching,
For
and
watching us,
thank you
yes.
for co-commentating. And
Thank
see
you
you guys
again.
next time.